Welcome back to the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast, your daily fix for everything Bitcoin, from market moves to institutional hoarding, memes to macro madness and beyond. I'm your host, Anna, and today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. Bitcoin is trading at $106,700 with a market cap dominance of 54.3%. If you're here to separate signal from noise, get ready, because today's episode is stuffed tighter than an ETF filing during bull season. And hey, want to dive deeper into today's stories, zap us some sats, or just say hi to fellow plebs? Join us on Nostr. Just head to the bitcoinstreetjournal.com. That's right, the top of the homepage has your easy sign up and log into Nostr. One click, one key, and you're in the conversation. Let's get into it. Michael Saylor drops the truth bomb. Just in. Michael Saylor, high priest of the Orange Coin Gospel, released a brand new video today declaring once again, if you're going to outperform, you're going to need Bitcoin. This wasn't just another soundbite, it was a sermon. Saylor laid it out. Fiat is bleeding, equities are volatile, and real estate is illiquid. Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the apex predator asset. Saylor's been proven right time and again. MicroStrategy's recent 220% year-to-date BTC yield speaks for itself. They just added another 7,390 BTC last week, bringing their total to over 576,000 coins. That's not a hedge. That's a declaration of war on fiat. And if you want more breakdowns of Saylor's philosophy or MicroStrategy's strategy, check out our deep dive threads on Nostr again. That's at the bitcoinstreetjournal.com. Sign up, log in, stay ahead. Middle East joins the fray. Abraaj Group just became the first publicly traded company in the Middle East to add Bitcoin to its treasury. This is massive. This isn't some startup. This is a legacy enterprise pivoting from paper money to digital gold. The signal is blinding. Bitcoin is becoming the global reserve asset for corporate treasuries. From El Salvador to Dubai, the dominoes are tipping. And it's not just Abraaj. The Smarter Web Company, another publicly traded firm, just announced a $1.28 million Bitcoin buy for its treasury, scooping up 16.4 BTC. That makes 4 major treasury buys in the past 48 hours alone, including KULR with its $9 million buy and a mind-melting 220.2% BTC yield 2023. Added up, institutional FOMO is turning into an avalanche. Texas goes full Bitcoiner. Yeehaw, y'all. Texas House just passed SB 21, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill, in its second reading. If it passes the third reading, Texas will officially launch its own state-level Bitcoin treasury reserve. Not a sandbox, not a test, an actual Bitcoin stack for the state. Let's not pretend this is a coincidence. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are buying 26,700 BTC in May alone, while miners only produced 7,200 BTC. Let that sink in. The ETFs are hoovering up over 3.7x more BTC than the network is creating. If the state of Texas is joining the buyer's line, what happens when California gets orange-pilled? This is the great accumulation race, and it's barely begun. Exchanges are bleeding BTC. In the last 30 days, 116,293 BTC have been withdrawn from exchanges. That's over $12 billion flowing into cold storage, multi-sig, and self-custody. Why does this matter? Because when coins leave exchanges, they don't come back. Not quickly, not easily, not without a premium. We're entering a phase of acute supply shock, with demand from ETFs, corporations, sovereign states, and retail hodlers like you. We're witnessing the slow-motion extinction of cheap sats. Want more on how to secure your Bitcoin and where smart plebs are moving their coins? Nostr's got you. Jump on the bitcoinstreetjournal.com and click that top link to log in. And if you're using Zaps on Nostr, you can tip creators directly in Bitcoin. No banks, no middlemen, just pure peer-to-peer fire. SEC shakes things up and out. SEC Chair Paul Atkins just told Congress, the era of regulation by enforcement in crypto is over. Let me repeat that, over. Atkins called for clarity, competition, and innovation. 3 things that have been strangled for a decade under bureaucratic micromanagement. This isn't just regulatory relief, it's a green light. And just in time, too. Bitcoin ETFs are taking in hundreds of millions in daily net inflows. BlackRock alone now holds 636,000 BTC, making it the second largest holder after Satoshi Nakamoto. Guess who's 57% of the way to becoming the biggest Bitcoin whale on Earth? We're not in Kansas anymore, folks. International heat check. DigiAsia, an Indonesian fintech firm, announced plans to raise $100 million to buy Bitcoin. Their stock shot up 90% on the news. Think about that. A public company declares a treasury Bitcoin strategy and nearly doubles overnight. Meanwhile, back in Australia, a judge just ruled that Bitcoin qualifies as money, potentially shielding BTC transactions from capital gains taxes. From Jakarta to Austin to Sydney, the game is accelerating. And for our full global coverage, you know where to go. No star, thebitcoinstreetjournal.com. Don't just read, connect. Macro madness plus memes. The US holds just 4% of the world's population, but now controls over 40% of global Bitcoin ETF holdings. Let that sit. Meanwhile, President Trump's executive director declared the US must win the Bitcoin space race. What does that mean? It means Bitcoin isn't just money anymore. It's geopolitical, it's strategic, it's sovereign. And let's not forget the cultural shift. Even Steak and Shake posted a spaceship meme saying, "All aboard." That's not an ad, that's a mood. Meanwhile, Fidelity's Jurian Timmer says Bitcoin is replacing gold again, advocating a 4-to-1 gold to BTC ratio in your portfolio. If you listened to Tom Lee in 2019 and bought 1 to 2% at $5,000, you'd be a legend today. If you ignored him, CNBC probably made fun of you. Again, bullish indicators and beyond. Let's run the scoreboard. Spot Bitcoin ETFs, $329 million in inflows yesterday. Exchange supply hitting multi-year lows. Dormant BTC 63% hasn't moved all year. Compression builds on charts, a move is coming. Well, while it's loading up again. Public companies stacking like it's 2021. This isn't hopium, it's data. Price action is consolidating, institutions are accumulating, and fiat is evaporating. Even Blackstone, a $1 trillion asset manager, just disclosed holdings in IBIT. The legacy guard is buying. Quietly. Quickly. V4V plebs and Nostra shoutouts. We've got plebs stacking in Texas, Tokyo, Tanzania, and Toronto. If you're out there sharing zaps, hosting spaces, running relays, or just holding your keys, we see you. To all the creators zapping value for value, you're the new media. And if this podcast is valuable to you, consider zapping it on Nostr or supporting us at thebitcoinstreetjournal.com. Every SAT counts. That's it for today's episode of the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. Remember, if you want more on today's stories, charts, breakdowns, global reactions, or mimetic warfare, check out thebitcoinstreetjournal.com. We post everything there, and the link to join Nostr is right at the top. You can also listen to this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, rss.com, and a bunch of other platforms. Search for the Bitcoin Street Journal. We're everywhere the fiat doesn't want us to be. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Seriously, it helps more plebs find the signal. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay humble, stack sats, and opt out of the madness. Big thanks to our behind-the-scenes team, working around the clock to bring you the sharpest Bitcoin journalism in the game. This is Anna, signing off from Bitcoin Street. See you on the next vlog.